Greetings and welcome back, blade fans. This old sword is here with you, and I'm calling this video Rike versus Rike. That might seem a little bit odd, but if you know some of the background on this new Socom Bravo from Microtech, it is made by the Rike Knife Company in China. This knife is a Rike knife, and that's the Rike M, like Mary 2. What I'm hoping to show here is possibly the reason why Rike was chosen as the OEM for this new Microtech Socom Bravo, which is the first Microtech to not be made in their shop in the US. And we're going to skip past all the turmoil over that. You're going to fall on one side of the fence or the other, or possibly be right on the fence. That is entirely up to you. I'm going to make this an apolitical review, as I try to do with most of mine. It's about the knife, and you can determine the rest. Okay, down off that soapbox real quick. Here is the new Microtech Socom Bravo that I have showcased a couple of times in various videos, and I also have the Tanto version that was hand serrated by Tony Marfione in their shop. But this knife, made by Rike, is exquisite in the execution. The design, of course, was a Microtech design, something basically sent to them, and they worked on it with Microtech, I'm sure, with Tony Marfione, etc. So that design is entirely Microtech, how they wanted it to look. And how it functions, certainly that is going to be part of that equation as well. But the execution, the way this was exactly carried out with all the beautiful machine work and materials, that is entirely something done by the Rike Knife Company. And I've shown this knife before as well. Now these knives are not necessarily similar, but they're about the same size. Both of them have close to a 4-inch blade, and both of them are, what are they? Both of them are roughly 9 inches long. I believe this is exactly 9 inches on the Socom. Yeah, tiny bit over. But while we keep the Socom in the background for a moment, let's take a look at the Rike M2. Radically cut out and detailed in a lot of the same fashion as the Socom. A little thinner, but you see a lot of the same attention to detail there. Different patterns, yes. Quite a bit different and probably more detailed on the Socom. And the blade thicknesses are coming in at about the same, 5 millimeters on each, I believe. That's something this knife, when I saw Zelric from Todd Knife and Tools review on this, I think that might have been even ahead of my purchase of it. He pointed out that although it's 5 millimeters thick, they were able to keep with this higher flat grind a relatively fine edge. And of course, a lot of things different about each of these knives. See if I can back out a little bit so we can get them both in the frame. So yeah, you've got your blue pivot here, you've got your clip point. Here you have more of a straight back, kind of a Tanto-ish drop point. It's a little hint of a Tanto there, but not a sharp demarcation of the two grinds that you see. It's just a hint of a Tanto. And you put that on the sharpener a little bit too heavily and you'll get rid of that hint of a Tanto if you wanted to, or maybe if you didn't want to. Titanium in S35VN, titanium with carbon fiber and M390 on this one. So this one I think came in somewhere around 200, maybe a little over 200 at the time. This was a couple years ago. This M3 also has the uniqueness of a double lock. And why can't I engage that? Maybe I don't have it all the way open. That is why. Pull back on that, it blocks the liner. And it is stiff enough so that you're not going to accidentally engage that. You've also got the ball bearing on the clip. I don't think we do on this one. No, we got more of a standard angled clip on the Socom. Got a lot of cutout work going on, see-through here with the Rike M3. And again, that ball bearing, that ceramic ball bearing, I believe, on the clip. And it looks like it rides pretty close to the hole, but it does go in and out of the pocket pretty effortlessly. This has kind of that alien appearance, and they do make a Rike Alien. I believe there is an Alien. Is it an Alien? Yeah. With various numbers all the way up to like a 7, which is a little more economical one, about 100.5 and at a 154 cm. But they like the whole scale thing going on, the whole outer space sci-fi kind of a look. You can see some of these screws and bolts coming through it at different places. A very high flipper tab on this one, whereas we have thumb studs on the Socom, and the Socom rests up on the thumb studs, while the M3 locks up on a stop pin. Pretty hefty size one at that. It is a solidly built knife. Again, all titanium in S35VN. That flipper tab that's kind of large up top gives you a real amazing guard, quite a stop. I do like the fact that there's carbon fiber on this one. All titanium knives are very nice, but sometimes I like to see them broken up a little bit by some handle material. This is a kind of a stone wash on the handle, with the chevron style millwork on the spine, on the pommel, and a lanyard slot. I believe we have a lanyard, yeah, we have a lanyard hole on the Socom Bravo. Yep. Between the two of them, I'd certainly take the Bravo, you know, just as, you know, aesthetics and overall niceties. Slightly better blade material with the M390 over the S35VN. But this is certainly a unique knife, and again, the reason I'm bringing them out together is just to show you that this is the company that made that, and this is what they're capable of. And certainly this isn't all they're capable of. If you look at some of that Alien series, you know, you're going to see up to like a $600 or $700 knife in all sorts of different formats, shall we say. But just a interesting knife in its own right. Precision made by Rike, same as the Socom. The Socom's a real beauty. I wouldn't have gone out and gotten a second one if they weren't you know, every bit as good as what everyone is saying they're cracked up to be. So that one's going to need just a little more work to break it in to make it drop shut, but if it doesn't, that's fine as well. And you got some color here with the blue pivot surround. You got some contrast certainly with the carbon fiber, but there you have kind of an interesting contrast of two knives made by Rike, one for Microtech and one under the Rike logo. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. We'll be back with you soon.